everyone, and welcome to the Woman's Cave. Thank you, Jade. You know, as I get older, 20 years old, it's hard for me to get all those words out.
Really?
It's the jaws. They get a little old and stiff. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So she's just being extra today. It's probably because she has on my dress yet again.
This has been the week of Jade's dress look fabulous on the heavier Wilnona. I've grown out of most of my clothes.
So now, not only is she wearing my dress, and then she's like side calling me fat, which I am.
No, I am not. I'm killing her better endowed. Well, better endowed because I now have the back fat to fill it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Okay,
and not the front fat.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and with that, like we're just kind of wow. And with that, you finally got me, Wilnona.
Yes.
You finally got me.
Yes. She was owed that from the teeth.
I was
embarrassed
owed.
me in front of like the cutest guy I ever.
Not cute. No, we're not saying that. We're not saying cute because he is. We're not saying cute.
Girl, right? Even his teeth were good.
I know.
And that's a hard thing to do in England. You see someone's teeth white.
Somebody probably follows us. We don't need him to go back and be like, did y'all just talk about my teeth? And
he can't say nothing about the teeth. It was right there on his little Instagram feed. He was like, I'm getting my teeth whitened. And he took a picture with his doctor.
Oh, well.
He knows what he did.
Well, okay. Anyway, y'all, I can't with Winona today. Like, I don't know. Did you start? Oh, okay. Because I was like, ooh, it's a little early for the drinking now. It's a little early. I might have to call you.
Oh, girl, now I'm looking at my ice cream machine going, yes, it's going to make me frozen mimosas as soon as I'm finished.
Yeah, that's just true. High five on that one. Social distance style. So, all right. So, anyway, it doesn't really matter. We wrote literary life guides with our poetry, which we like to call, well, you know, that's our fancy way of saying we wrote some like anthology books. Right. So, you can see. Stop it. I'm trying to get through this. You can see behind me, and I thought the voice was bad with other life lessons. It has a new cover, y'all. Y'all need to check it out. And I thought being grown up was easy. It has a new cover, y'all. Y'all need to check it out. Also, it's soon going to be available on Audible. So
both of those books are actually
available on Audible books. I'm so excited, y'all. And then I thought I did my journey alone, which is gonna soon have a new cover. This is like exciting. I'm loving this, getting new covers and redoing some stuff. And if I were only I were me, all of those are available on barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com, and you can always check out everything your ladies are doing, including the necklace that Winona has on.
Hold on, let me get you.
No, because you.
This is this is part of our new jewelry line.
Right. So even the necklace that Winona has on, you can check out everything your ladies are doing on www. Would you put down the flash? This is not after the interview.
www.andwethought.com. You can buy that flash there.
Absolutely. But you can, y'all aren't here to hear about us and our like lines and stuff that we have going on Winona's back fat. What you're really here to hear about.
No, she did not say back fat twice.
Oh, I had to. It was fabulous. She keeps wearing my dresses. So I have to.
You're here to hear from our wonderful guests. Wonderful guests, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Nola Nash. I am a teacher by day. I am an author by afternoons and odd hours when I can fit it in. And I also host a live show on Facebook and YouTube called The Second Line Show, where I have a lot of fun introducing author friends of mine, kind of getting them all together. And we chat about books and random weird stuff that has to do with Louisiana, because that's my jam. And it's a great way to introduce other readers to authors and authors to each other, especially in the weird times we're in now where we don't get a chance to get out and do those author signing events like we like to do. So we have a lot of fun on that show. Every Wednesday night we do that. But most of my time is spent either teaching or writing. And I write paranormal mystery, I write historical fiction, and kind of multi-genre type books where I blend a lot of things together, because I am lucky to have a publisher who lets me write whatever I want. And so I roll with that.
All right, so I'm starting off with my narcissism question because, well, I'm awake today. So therefore narcissism it is. When are we coming on the show? Okay.
You can come on the show. You let me know. I'm booking in January right now, y'all. Y'all just get yourselves on that show.
Oh.
We'll have some fun.
Because normally I'm like, yeah, when can we come on the show? And then I say I joke and then I move on with life. And everyone's been like, no, you can come on. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with that?
We're supposed to come on, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
So my next question was, how did you find your literary agent publisher? And then Jade will finish up with
my publisher I actually found in a Twitter pitch contest. Not like Twitter does those days where, you know, you get to put out your pitch onto Twitter. And at the time, it was back when Twitter was 140 characters. And so in 140 characters, I had to pitch my book, the genres that it was, the age group that it's aimed at, and put it out there. And so it's kind of like Pit Mad and Pit Dark, you know, all of those things that they do where they're looking for, the publishers and the agents are looking for their next kind of thing. And so I put it out there, and that's actually how my publisher got in touch with me. And so I submitted the manuscript, waited a while, thought nothing was going to happen. And then I was sitting in Starbucks working on another book, totally different book. And I got this email from the publisher that they wanted to publish my book, but I'm sitting by myself in Starbucks. Like, you can't celebrate there. Like, I'm looking around going, I don't know anybody here. I want to scream. I want to dance, you know, happy dance. I can't do anything here. I got to look like I'm, you know, a Starbucks person, totally into myself, you know, my stuff that I'm doing. But inside, I'm like screaming and so excited. I'm like in Starbucks. It was really weird. But it all started from Twitter, actually getting involved in those events.
a Starbucks celebration is going back and asking them to put extra whipped cream.
Right. You just go right on to the, you tell the barista, you say, you be like, listen.
I need whipped cream. And caramel sauce, put a little chocolate.
And it'd be like in a cup. And they'd be like, what? I'd be like, look, man, let me just tell you, I just got, like, our publisher just accepted my book. And they would be like, oh, in that case, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm dancing for.
That is the extent of a Starbucks celebration right now.
I'm looking around and all these people are like so busy and I'm going, I can't even say anything. But I'm so excited. It was fun.
So now I have two questions. My first question is, you used to write in a Starbucks. What are you doing now in a pandemic then? Because
in a pandemic, most of my writing over the summer I do on my balcony. I have a great balcony that kind of looks out into the trees, and I put on my writing music is reggae. Like, that's how I know that I'm writing. And it's got a beat, it keeps me moving, and I can't understand half the words that they say, so it doesn't like get in my head, you know, where it's messing with my own thoughts and my own words. But I love it. So I put my Bob Marley on, I open up my balcony door, I sit out there, and that's really where I write. And, you know, so I can't like sit at a desk, I can't sit at a table, like I have to be somewhere kind of unusual for me to make me focus on what I'm doing. So I like sitting outside, and I like going to Starbucks because it was like, I don't have to think about laundry. My house doesn't need to be clean. I don't need to be worrying about dinner. It's like, this is my time and my space to write. So I've kind of made my balcony my time and my space to write. So whenever the weather is good and it's not too hot, then I can go sit out there and just have the white noise of everything kind of around me, kind of, and my reggae music, just like I would have done with my reggae in my ears, and the white noise of the coffee shop. So having that white noise can help you to focus, but I also need the beat to keep going, because I'll get distracted and start like plotting like sub stories about these people in Starbucks, and they really know each other, and this guy's con man, and you know, he's trying to be, I start making up stories for all the people around me. So I gotta have something to kind of keep me focused on what I'm doing. Otherwise, I start listening to conversations and put them in books.
I agree with that. Mine is Ed Sheeran. It's just an Ed Sheeran list. But and then like an audio book. So I'll listen to somebody else's audiobook to keep me from
I cannot do that. I would put their own, I'd start getting distracted and start typing their sentences.
Well, it keeps my brain from doing exactly that. Like, and I normally like write at my home. So like, you know, I'm sitting there by myself and I'm like, ooh, wouldn't it be cool if I use this other character? And then I pop up a thing and I write a chapter there, and then I come back over and then I write another chapter here. Then I pop back over to another, and I start a new chapter. So no, to settle all that down, I put on an audiobook and I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be cool? Oh, wait, what are they doing? Oh, okay. Oh, no. Okay. Back to writing. Oh, what are they doing? And it works perfectly. It tires my brain out, though. I only get like 3 chapters done.
I was about to say, you got too many storylines going on in your head. That's exhausting.
It probably truly is. I don't know.
Whatever.
Whatever works for you. I mean, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own thing, and that's, you know, getting to know all of these authors. That's really something that I've learned is what works for one isn't going to work for somebody else. You got to find your groove, and once you find it, then latch onto that and make it work for you.
And that's absolutely true. I mean, And she was talking about audiobooks. Some people could never do that. And for her, it works. And for other people, they literally just sit in silence, or they have like, they're like, today is a writing day, and so I'm gonna have my bourbon and like sit down and sip, not like ridiculous like 7 bourbons, but like one, and sip it and get into the mood of.
Hey, Hemingway said to write drunk and edit sober, so they can have as many bourbons as they need to. They just pull a Hemingway and it's fine.
Absolutely.
Oh, I believe what do they call it? They call it getting him. If you ever go to our writing retreat, we have this whole hour, 2 hours where we just get Hemingwayed.
That's what we call it.
That's what we called it. Get
Hemingwayed.
Don't start writing.
It works.
Yes, it does.
It does. It absolutely does. Another question I had was, what made you want to start your show? Like, where was that concept? Yay, we're sharing a brain. So what made that ball get rolling, and how have you just continued to do it in these tough times, like to stay motivated to continue to do it?
It actually started because of the pandemic, because we couldn't get out there and do events. And so many things that we were looking to do had to do with, book clubs online that were doing interviews, live interviews with people. And, I said, I like that, but I'm not kind of that straight interview person. If I was going to do it, I'm going to be, I'm nuts. So, it's going to have to be fun if I'm going to do it, because I don't know that I could stay serious that long. So
I understand. I understand. We totally understand.
I couldn't do it. So I said, I was talking to a friend of mine, Annie McDonald, who has The Right Review, and she's a fantastic book reviewer, and she's a lot of fun. And she and I have gotten to be good friends over the last year. And she and I were messaging back and forth, and I was like, I'd love to do like a talk show format. She's like, that would be great. That's what you need to do. And she and I started bouncing ideas off of each other about what we could put in this talk show. And it started off as kind of a wild hair, just this goofy thing. And then she's like, you need to do this. We've got to actually do this. Like, let's just try it and see what happens. And it was supposed to be like maybe once a month, maybe twice a month. It has gotten to be a weekly show now because there's so much demand from authors who don't have another platform. They're having trouble, just like I was, really finding places to actually get out there to talk about what they're doing. And we also were starving for community. Authors need other people. We support each other. And a lot of times people think that authors are very cutthroat. And I don't know why people think that, because we actually are a huge supportive community. I'm not in competition with other authors. I'm supporting other authors. People are either going to buy my book or their book. I'm not going to control their decision, but I can support those authors that are feeling and struggling and working as hard, just like I am. And that's really what it came to be. And so having the pandemic shutting down all of our live events actually sort of forced me to think a little differently about what I had access to. And I had access to Facebook and to YouTube Live, and it's like, okay, we can do this. We can do. We can get this out. As people were Zooming about different things, and that kind of thing became normal, it became a great avenue for lots of people, for lots of different things. And I thought, we can use this, but we can do it like a talk show, like, what you would see on TV. And so I've got segments where we play games. I had some thriller authors on, a whole group of thriller authors, and we played Two Truths and a Lie, because I figured, thriller writers, basically they write characters that lie all the time, so they ought to be good at this, right? And it was so much fun. I've had the creator of Comedy Central came on this past week, and we did like Louisiana lingo, like, because that's, I'm from South Louisiana, so it was all these phrases and words, Cajun words and things, to see if they could actually say them or figure out what they meant. And that was a blast. So we're doing fun things. We have great in-depth discussions about books with authors, not so much the plots of their books as much as how they write and what they do. And then we get to talk about fun stuff. And it has just taken off. I've had so many people ask me now, can I be on your show? And I thought I was going to be scrounging for guests, but now I have so many guests that I'm booking into next year, and it's not slowing down. And I thought it was going to be a, once or twice thing, and it's going to be like, okay, well, that didn't work. It was worth a shot. But it's been great, and I have a great time doing it. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I mean, cool. We started the show like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like Luke, right? And here we are, still doing Welcome to the Women's Cave.
I love it.
I can't believe
It's great.
I feel so old.
Oh, I know, right?
All right.
Don't talk to me about old. Y'all are younger than I am. Don't talk to me about old.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, now I've knocked over the flask.
Yeah.
That flask always falls, no matter what. Well, we were on a TV. We were on a video show live in Florida. I was like, oh, let me show you my and it flies right out my hand and tingles over. And they had to cut that whole section out. And I'm sitting, and I had wore this really skinny dress, and I'm like, oh my word, am I ripping it? Oh, so fun.
The misfit guide that needs to go in.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, we write a
Your
lot.
show sounds amazing, and
Yes.
it is amazing.
Amazing.
So where can people watch the show? Is that what you're gonna ask?
Yeah, and also I was gonna ask another question.
Okay.
So you see it going then beyond 2020 into like forever now, right? So do you think that there's going to be more of a demand for things like this because of how we had to go in our houses and be on Zoom? Do you think it's going to be more of a demand to know
Once we get out?
Once we get out.
So too, I think there really will be. And I think because it's convenient, you can reach a lot of different people outside of your immediate area or where you can actually afford to travel to. And let's get real here. Authors don't make a ton of money on their books. I mean, unless you're James Patterson or some of these big people, you're not making a ton of money where you can just travel all over the place. You're kind of at the mercy of your publisher and what they can afford to do or what you can afford to do. So you can actually reach a wider audience this way because you're all over social media, you're all over the internet, and way more accessible in that regard. And you can do more events more frequently too. So I don't think that this is something that's going to go away once the world kind of opens up. In fact, I think it's going to be something that's going to stick around for a while, kind of like how, you know, things that were live events before and live theater kind of gave way towards, you know, to radio and then television. I think it's just another natural step in the evolution of things and, you know, kind of where we're going as a global community, because this way we can reach lots and lots of people in lots of different areas. And I don't have to depend entirely on the audience kind of in my backyard to buy my books. And I get to communicate so much more with other authors from other places that I never would have met otherwise. And I don't think that that's something that people are going to be willing to give up. I think that's something that we're going to embrace even more, especially as we move out into the world. We're going to appreciate those relationships and build them alongside kind of getting back out into the world and you know, reconnecting with our local communities. So I think it's going to continue to be.
I have to say, I'm very much looking forward to building on the relationships because, you know, I'm always willing to expand our European tour. Hey, for our European tour, I think we're adding 2 more countries. Yay.
Wow.
Moving on.
So where can people find your, oh, I'm sorry.
Did I have an actual question?
Yeah, but you asked before. So where can people find your show and the title of your show again?
The title of the show is The Second Line Show, which of course comes from New Orleans and the Second Line Parades. I have a YouTube channel called Nola Nash Entertainment, and that is, I go live there, but I also house the past episodes there, so you can watch the original episodes there. It is on my Facebook page as well as my Facebook street team group, Nola's Second Line. And then I get to broadcast in lots of other places depending on what book clubs choose to host. So the Right Review, I'm there a lot. I'm just on various different book clubs. And I always post on my page and on Nola's Second Line on Facebook where I'm going to be broadcasting, you know, where we're going to see it live. And we pull in lots of comments. And that's another thing that I like about doing the live events is, and I know you guys probably feel the same way too. You feel like, you know, you're actually getting to meet that audience out there and it gives you lots of fun things to talk about and their comments and things. So if you want to comment, get on the live shows, but you can always watch the past episodes on Nola Nash Entertainment, or you can jump on YouTube and watch the live stream on Nola Nash Entertainment. So it's on Wednesday nights. It's at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. I'm not going to do a show this week, however, because I'm going to New Orleans on Wednesday night, and I'm staying in a haunted hotel room. And so I might do some live things from the hotel room, but not an actual show until the following week. So this week we'll be doing some fun live things as I go around New Orleans to do some research. And I have a friend of mine who's a medium who's going to join me in that haunted hotel room and see who we can get in touch with. It'll be fun.
It sounds like you're going to have quite an adventure. And I was hoping to hear about beignets.
Oh, I will have beignets. I will have lots of beignets.
post that.
Absolutely.
It'll make me feel like I'm eating it. And
I will.
we can give you your address and we'll send you some cash. Can you just send us the Cafe Du Monde beignet mix?
There you go. I can totally do that for you.
Well, I'm not joking about that either.
I will do it. I'll do it. I will do it. It's
Well,
good
we're
stuff.
running out now that we're in the pandemic.
Winona.
Anyway, Jade, since you. Oh wait. Where can we find your books again?
You can get it on Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, Target.com. I've got it at Parnassus Books here in the Nashville area. It's at Cavalier Books in outside of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so different places. But the most convenient place, of course, is going to be Amazon. And if you get it and you love it, leave a review there to let other people know as well. I always say that reviews feed the souls of the writers, so feed our souls. We love to see those.
I like how you said that.
Dang,
Also, do you have a personal website yourself?
I do. NolaNash.com is my website. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter as at Nola Nash Writes. So you can always find me there. All my fun adventures and pictures of my puppy, because he's kind of my thing. So there's always pictures of Dudley. Dudley's got a bigger social media following, I think, than I do. His posts, the things I post about him, get way more likes than anything else. Just quit writing and just post pictures of the dog.
Who doesn't like puppies?
I know, and he's adorable. He's so cute.
That's probably how it happened then. Thank you for coming on the show today. We really appreciate it. Y'all go and check it out. And you can find everything your ladies are doing on www.andwethought.com.
Including this beautiful necklace.
Yeah, so while you're there, check out all the wonderful things that we have going on.
Including our new clothing line.
Yeah, okay. Well,
now I'm done including things. I'm done.
I'm trying to wrap. I mean, she just keeps throwing things. Anyway.
They just want one more treat in the stocking. There you go. Move it up. Wrap it up now. Wrap it up and put it on the tree.
Okay, so while you're there, while you're there, take a moment, go to the ladies tab. I just can't with Winona today. Go to the ladies tab, go to the middle of the page and see the charities that we probably support. Maybe you can support them too. Yes, we know that it's 2020 and a lot of people do not have money. Maybe you can donate some time. And if you can't do that, maybe you want to add them on social media, fill out the contact us form, and just tell them thank you for the wonderful work that you do in the world, because we could all use some extra encouragement. So with that being said, just remember, wisdom is all around you if
you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Wilnona
and Jade. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, thanks for listening.